Yo, what is going on YouTube? Devour here. Today we're going to be going over the top 5 best class setups to be using in Call of Duty Modern Warfare to keep everything as quick and as efficient as possible. What we're going to do is we're going to show a few clips with the weapon, we're going to show the nuke going off, and then we're going to hop right into the gun class setup. The entire video today will be time coded, so if there's just one specific weapon that you want to see the class setup for, please do feel free to skip around. Also, if you have no idea what to comment, go ahead and drop a 𝗚𝗲𝗍𝗿𝗍𝗄 in the comments down below for the boys, for the algorithm. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Now, first up, as you guys can see, we do have the Kilo. Now, I know some people like to hate on the Kilo a little bit, but this thing is absolutely insane, guys. I'm telling you, it has really good mobility. It's quiet, it's silent, so it keeps us off the radar, and the time to kill is very competitive as well. And if you needed any extra proof besides the 40 kill streak that we're currently on, I've also dropped a nuke in Search and Destroy with this exact gun class setup.
Watchtower. Passcode. Losing Alpha.
Alright, so first up on our Kilo, guys, we have the Singered Arms Whisper Barrel. This is going to be an integrated monolithic suppressor, so it keeps you off the radar and increases bullet velocity. That means that the bullets hit the target as fast as possible. It is better than the monolithic suppressor as well. Then we have the FSS Close Quarter Stock. This attachment is really important because it just gives you aim down sight speed. That's the only thing that we lost from the barrel, so we get it all back with that attachment. Now we got the Stippled Grip Tape for aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. That's going to give us a lot more mobility and make our sprint to fire speed really clean. 50 or 60 round mags, either one of those is really good. The 100 round mags is pretty much just for trolling. For me, I like to have really good mobility and be able to move around the map quickly, so I like the 50 round mag. And to give this Kilo absolutely zero recoil, we throw on the Commando foregrip. It's going to help increase our aiming stability and our recoil stabilization without taking away any of our aim down sight speed as well. Moving right into our next gun, guys, we have the CX9. Now, this gun is absolutely nasty. The way that I have it set up, this is an AR submachine gun, meaning that it has the mobility, like the all-around movement and mobility of a submachine gun, but it also has the capability to hit really far off shots like 40, 50 meters very consistently. As you guys can see right there at 36.5 meters, this gun is still an absolute melt machine. We're on a 34 kill streak right now, just absolutely insane. The way I have it built, it also has zero recoil because we're not using the no stock attachment, and we also have the final barrel on the CX9, which gives a little bit of recoil control as well. This thing just does not move, and as you guys can see, even without foregrip or without a 5MW laser, this gun's hip fire is really clean, really solid up close. Everything is just getting completely destroyed. This is probably my new favorite weapon. If you have not unlocked this gun yet, trust me, you need to do it. You need it in your arsenal, guys. I can't believe I died one off my kill streak record, man. I'm doomed at 49. Can't get that 50. Alright, hopping right into the gun class setup, guys. We got the CX38S. This is the final of the barrel on the CX9. Gives you damage range, recoil control, bullet velocity, and sound suppression. So it's literally a built-in like monolithic suppressor. It's absolutely insane. You do have to level the gun all the way up in order to get that barrel. It is 100% worth it. The GI Mini Reflex, that's a personal preference thing, but it gives me a lot more range when I have the GI Mini Reflex on there. The CXFA gives you aim walking movement speed and aim down sight speed without taking away recoil control like the CXFR does, which would be known as like the no stock. Next, we have the CX9 Tac Grip, which is basically stipple grip tape, aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. And lastly, we have the 50 round mags. In my opinion, the 50 round mags is 100% necessary. You go through the 30 round mags super quickly, and you go through the base like 20 mags ridiculously quickly as well. 50 round mags gives you all the ammunition that you need, and you're able to just hold down the fire button for days. Definitely makes this gun a lot better. Alright, next up we do have the MP5, guys. This gun, in my opinion, is the movement king. As long as you're using the F-Tac collapsible stock on the MP5 like you're supposed to, movement with this MP5, I feel like this is the best movement in the entire game as far as movement with primary weapons goes, at least. Obviously the Kali sticks have the fastest movement speed in the entire game, but this MP5, it keeps you quiet, off the radar. The only weakness that the MP5 had after its like very first nerf in like season 1 was the reload time. So as long as you're using sleight of hand on your MP5, this build really has no weaknesses. The mobility, I give it 100 out of 100. The time to kill up close, as long as you're under 30 meters, I would give that 100 out of 100 as well. Look at that big brain moment right there, blowing up the ammo box to kill 2 people. Absolutely insane. I only did that because I already had the nuke, but I need somebody to comment that down below. Comment a big brain emoji if you made it this far and you want to see more nuke videos from me. Let me know in the comments down below also. But yes, this MP5 is absolutely insane. Also, if you ever happen to get the Enola variant inside your Play Store, whatever it is, the barracks store, make sure you buy that, guys. The MP5 Obsidian Enola variant, which is what I have on right now, just looks so sexy. I absolutely love this camo. Definitely one of my favorites in the entire game.
Stand by.
Alright, up first we do have the monolithic integral suppressor. This is going to give us sound suppression to keep us off the radar and increase our bullet velocity. Really important because the bullet velocity you get from this is greater than the bullet velocity that you get from the monolithic suppressor itself. And like I said earlier in the gameplay, the F-Tac collapsible stock, probably the most important attachment you need to make sure you have on your MP5. It's going to give you movement speed and aim down sight speed. The movement speed boost that you get from this attachment is what makes you so hard to hit on the map while you're just tactical sprinting around. Sleight of hand, this is to make you reload really quickly. Some of you may not need it if you're not playing super aggressive. I love it. I know Hummus Thunder loves it as well. 45 round mags or the 30 round mags, they're both really good. For me, the 45 round mags kills faster at any distance over 10 meters, so for me the 45 round mags is much better in my opinion. But either way it goes, the 45 round mags is also more accurate as well. And then lastly, we have the Merc foregrip for recoil control and hipfire accuracy. That way you can just slide around corners and hipfire people to death. Up next, we do have the M4A1. Now, this is my personal favorite, guys. As far as like non-cheap guns go in the game, I feel like this is my best gun. Obviously, you know, the ASVAL, the AMAX, and the Uzi are going to be those god tier class setups, and I will have those class setups for you guys at the end of the video as well. But as far as like non-cheap guns go, I'd say the M4A1 is definitely one of my best guns in the entire game. This particular class setup has absolutely zero recoil. We do have a suppressor on there in order to keep us off the radar, and as you guys are going to see, it does have all ranges. It can kill super up close and it can kill super far away, 50, 60 meters, no problem. As long as you're using the base iron sights on the M4A1, that is what makes this gun absolutely insane. I see people mess up by putting tracer rounds and stuff on their M4, and then the iron sights are super ugly, so it forces you to use an attachment like an optic and stuff like that. Just make sure you're using the base M4 with absolutely no tracers on it, anything. You'll get these super clean circular iron sights that I have on right now, and as you guys can see, you can kill people from super far away with it.
Got a nuke. Damn. Yeah, I was in a way of getting a nuke as well.
Alright, first up we have the monolithic suppressor. That's going to keep us off the radar and increase our damage range. That's going to give us all the damage range that we need for multiplayer distances as well. Then we got the Corvus Custom Marksman barrel. I see a lot of people mess up by using the Grenadier barrel. The Grenadier barrel really nerfs your mobility, and the recoil control that you get from the Grenadier barrel is barely anything like minor percentage more than you get from the Corvus Custom Marksman. So you're better off staying away from that barrel completely. If you stay away from that barrel, I promise you'll see your M4 skills go up a lot. We got the 5MW laser for hip fire accuracy and sprint to fire speed, the stippled grip tape for aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed, and then lastly we have the 50 round mag. You could go with the 60, but the 50, honestly, with the M4, you're able to kill 4 or 5 people with one clip, no problem. So that's all you're ever gonna need, so you keep your mobility a lot higher by just using the 50 instead of the 60. Yeah, just make sure you stay away from the no stock on the M4. I see a lot of people do that, and when you put the no stock on the M4, that's when you start to run into like a ton of recoil problems. Up next, you guys can see we are using the KAR98K. Don't worry, I know some people are going to ask me for the Sykov pistol build. I'll have that in the comments down below as well. Just enjoy these quick scopes, guys. This class setup in particular is going to give you the highest mobility, the fastest aim down sight speed, and it's going to give you all the distance that you need as well. I see a lot of people mess up on their KAR98 builds in multiplayer. I think it's mostly because they play in Warzone. So in Warzone, you like to use a barrel to increase your damage range and distance and stuff like that. But as far as multiplayer goes, you do not need a barrel on your KAR98K. You actually want to make sure you're not using a barrel, because that's what's going to take away a ton of your mobility overall. And as you guys can see, most of your kills in multiplayer is going to be under 40 meters. So for that distance alone, you do not need anything more of what the barrels give you as far as like damage range goes, or increased like bullet effectiveness, or increased bullet velocity, excuse me. But yeah, this gives you everything that you need. And if you do happen to have the blue dot, or if you have not unlocked the blue dot for your sniper scopes yet, I would highly recommend doing so. How I did mine is I put a sniper scope on my Ram 7, and then when shoot house and shipment is out, you just sit on shoot house with the sniper Ram 7, and then you're gonna get all the kills that you need for your sniper blue dot, and it'll go by really fast. You don't have to use a sniper to get the blue dot for the sniper scope. You can put sniper scopes on whatever assault rifle is your favorite. I like the Ram 7 a lot, but you could do it on the M4 if you want as well. But as you guys can see, this thing is just absolutely nasty. We're gunning everybody down. No hit markers is what's super important to me. And as you guys can see, as long as we got the akimbo Sykovs in our back pocket, nobody's messing with us. We're just destroying everybody right now. Alright, so like I was saying, no muzzle, no barrel. Those things are just going to slow you down. You want to make this class setup as fast as possible. So we got the tactical laser on there. It's going to give us more aim down sight speed, aiming stability, and aim walking movement speed. We got the sniper scope on there. Again, if you do have the blue dot, make sure you put that blue dot on there. I see some people put the variable zoom scope on there. It just aims down sight slower. And for multiplayer, you just wouldn't need that extra variable zoom unless you're playing ground war maybe. But yeah, I would stay away from that. The FTAC Sport Comb stock for more aim down sight speed. I personally like to use sleight of hand because I like to play very aggressive when I'm using my sniper, but that's up to you. If you want to play a more traditional sniper role, I would recommend using focus. This is going to give you more flinch resistance, and that's going to make it so even if you get shot first, your shots will still land on the enemy. Lastly, we do have the stippled grip tape for aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed. And then here's the Sykov pistol class that I was using to mow down people that are really close. If you like to use one single pistol, which I like to do a lot as well, just take off the akimbo and then put on sight. I like the GI Mini Reflex. Here's our God tier AMAX class setup, guys. That thing has 0 recoil. Here's our God tier ASVAL class setup, guys. This is gonna have like the fastest time to kill in the entire game. And lastly, here's our God tier UZI class setup. I do hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.
I think I changed brown, cause when the bitches hear this, they're gonna be like, wow. Smoking gas, living fast, wearing velvet. Looks like a 4-5 to the pelvis. Plenty money going around, I'm not selfish. And the ladies love me, Elvis. Smoking gas.